Good morning, good morning. It's great to see some familiar faces and some new faces as well. I'm really excited to be here. I've got a short presentation and then we're going to give you the opportunity to jump in and play. We've got room for at least 8 people to play. We may have room for 16 people to play. We may do 2 waves. So when we get to the waiver signing, make sure you sign the waiver if you do want to get in the headset. All right. I'm not putting my mouse where. There we go. So first, I want to introduce the team. Over here, we've got Ed. We've got Demo in the back. We've got True, Jason, Eden with the camera right there. Who am I missing? Diana is coming up. Oh, there's Michael. Yes. Myself, and then here's Diana. Diana is a co-founder with me. She helped actually to name the company. And so I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. So here's what people ask, what do we do for companies, right? What is better than unicorns and why should they buy services from us? What do we even do? We do team building services, but I'm gonna get to that in a moment. What we really do is help teams fail better. Okay, who's heard that every successful entrepreneur has talked about their failures, right? And they're all they stand up stage and they're like, we're successful, and let me tell you how I did it. I failed, and I failed, and I failed, and I failed. But here's the thing that I've learned about failure, and what we do with Better Than Unicorns is we help you figure out how to learn from the failed attempts. And what happens is failure actually transforms into lessons. So we don't really talk about failure in our culture in a way that's like out in the open. In fact, we've had all kinds of failures setting up the space, getting the internet the way we need it. We had no power this morning. Holy cow, some of the failures aren't even ours. It's amazing. And by the way, thank you 1 Million Cups for doing all the work to making sure that it got done. Shout out to Erica for really going the distance. Yes, so the only time we can actually fail is when we don't do the thing that we want to do. And so what we do is we try to help companies see that, and we help them go for the thing that they really want to go for. And I know that there are some coaches in the room who know what that's all about. So we have a little bit of coaching, a little bit of facilitation. And here's our purpose statement. We want to expand human awareness, and we want to do that by designing and delivering transformative, immersive experiences. And you'll notice up there, virtual reality isn't even in the purpose statement. That's by design, because one of the things you're going to get an opportunity to do if you don't go into VR is have an immersive experience in here. Has anybody ever been to a festival? Yeah, a festival is an immersive experience, right? You're surrounded by it. It's completely surrounding you. It's not a new idea, but what we're doing that's new is using virtual reality to help people transform. So here's where we started in 2017, and I'm a divergent thinker. I was diagnosed ADD when I was about 11 or 12, and I know that, yeah, so when I started the company, and I think I should also say, when I was 21 years old, this was 1996, I started my first company, and within 3 years, I filed bankruptcy, so failure, right? You wanna know how I got here? I started by filing bankruptcy. I knew that virtual reality was going to be a powerful medium. I was also a futurist with Turner Broadcasting for a few years, and that got me in the habit of thinking about what could be and where we could take technology, media, pop culture. And I saw virtual reality. That's a little bit of a longer story, and you can actually watch my Creative Mornings talk right before we launched the company in 2017 to get the whole story, or ask me. I knew that virtual reality was going to be a great medium for the future, but I didn't know exactly what we needed to do with it. So what you're seeing on the left are all the different verticals, all the different opportunities that we saw in 2017 for using VR and the potential upside on them. And then this is just like my rainbow slide to say, don't always stay on the narrow path, like go this way, go that way, it's okay. And with my brain, I do that great. The teams that I've had in the past, not always great. You know, it's hard to run a team when the visionary, when the lead is going, let's go left. Oh wait, no, hard right. No, let's go back left. Wait, let's go backwards. No, not great for everybody. So what we landed on as our main first product is virtual reality team building. And at the beginning of this year, we had a client, we have a client still, Goodway Group is their name, and they have 400 people in the company. And during the pandemic, they couldn't have summits. Well, I should say Goodway Group is a already virtual team. So 400 people worldwide, they get together twice a year for a summit, but during the pandemic, they couldn't do that. So they contacted us and said, well, can we do it in VR? Because Zoom, I don't know about you guys, but are you zoomed out? Like everybody's zoomed out. We're stuck behind these portals and we're trying to connect, but we need to share space. And so they asked if we could do that. They had, if you remember at the beginning of this year, we had the Omicron outbreak and everybody was afraid that we were going to go into this whole cycle again. So they gave their people, 400 again, the option to go in person or to do it all virtual. And around 240 of them decided to stay virtual. So they bought headsets for the entire company, sent them to everybody, and we were, our responsibility was get them on board and then to have them have experiences that were meaningful in VR. So this is kind of what I mean about team building and virtual reality. Let's see. I know there's like 18 things I want to say with every slide. This is one of my favorite quotes. People keep getting in the way of my arrows. So we're going to get into some game time. I know that there's probably a lot of questions about our company. I know that one of them is going to be about pricing. And here's what I'm going to say about pricing. We've charged everywhere from $3,000 to $60,000 for our services. It really depends on what your team is looking to accomplish. So at the end of this, we're going to have an invitation for you. But I want to get into the game time and give you an opportunity to jump in. So before I do that, I'm going to pull up the slide with the QR code. That's the QR code. Scan that if you haven't already and enter in your information. And then we're going to kind of do a lottery for the first 8 people. And then we can bring that up again, or really probably you should just scan it, have it open if you're on the fence about plan. And we're going to take 8 of you into the other room. And you're going to get to play for about 10 minutes. And then we're going to bring you back. And if time allows, we'll do a second wave like that. And if you don't go in the other room, that's fine. You're going to get an experience in here that's going to be really fun and facilitated by Diana and Ed. And that's going to be awesome as well. So let me see if I have another slide. Nope. Sorry, Ed. Okay, so I'll leave that up. Oh, no, I'll do this. There we go. Oh, jeez. There you go. Stay. Okay. So I think that when I'm ready at this point to transition, I'm going to send my techs over to the other room and have them get the headsets set up. And then we're going to select, I'll call out names and get you all up here. But now I want to turn over the mic to Diana and Ed to facilitate the next experiential immersive experiences.